Coming up from the Mile High City, the Broncos play host to the Jets. Denver's looking for win number 7 in their last 9 games against New York. It's week 3 in the NFL. Next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the New York Jets. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. It's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
The final week into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Jets about set to go on offense, led by their rookie quarterback for 2021, the second overall pick, Zach Wilson out of BYU.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
They'll give to Carter here on the option. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This defense for the Broncos, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
That's on the rookie first-round pick, Elijah Vera Tucker. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Here's Wilson. He'll check this one down to Carter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Charles, we'll take a look there at the draft class for the New York Jets. Robert Saleh, the new head coach, he's got his quarterback as they took Zach Wilson, number 2, and moved Sam Darnold down to Carolina.
And we might end up saying that Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss, taken at number 34, could go down as one of the steals in the draft. The wide receiver is drawing rave reviews as far back as the OTAs. And one other one that we should note, how about having manipulated the draft, traded at number 14 to take the guard Elijah Vera Tucker out of USC to protect Zach Wilson. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And they'll run here with Carter. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. This defense for the Broncos very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. Some motivation this week, not an issue.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. This defense for the Broncos very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game. Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Going for it, it's Carter. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. The thing that they'll be looking at is the spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Play fake. Bridgewater. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Bridgewater. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he was able to get in there and make a great play.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Play clock reading 4. We're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They'll start on the ground. Carter. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
A good strong run there by Michael Carter, reminiscent of his days at North Carolina. A 1,000-yard rusher each of his last 2 years in Chapel Hill, despite being in a timeshare with Javonte Williams, who was a second-round pick of the Denver Broncos. Carter, the second pick of the 4th round out of UNC. He could be the Jets' leading rusher moving forward.
7 yards, the pick up there. So the completion there from Zach Wilson, rookie out of BYU. Charles, what do you think they have to be on the lookout for defensively here, trying to slow him down?
Well, to me, it's sitting on the shorter and intermediate routes because he is an accurate thrower coming out of college. I think he was 73% his last season at BYU. So I'd give him as many looks as I could, but I'd force him to throw the ball over my head because a lot of the young quarterbacks, they want the safe completions, the easy throws early. Make him throw it deeper where he has to take a little bit more of a chance.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. This defense for the Broncos, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Johnson on the counter. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans and play design, your X's and O's, They can't always account for individual effort defensively, and this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Bridgewater to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Patrick. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10. Now Carter to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
On third down, Wilson. And the grab by Croft. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The last run got 6. Now second and 4. Shotgun snap, and again to Carter. Carter, a first down and more. There he goes left side. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. 117 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year one, and this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
And what I really enjoyed about that run and what made it so impressive to me was how he improvised along the way. Sometimes on a big play, you just get the football and you take off in a straight line and go. But this time, how about the artistry of that play? That looked a little bit like a Picasso to me.
First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Ty Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos about set to go on offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On first and 10, Bridgewater. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing is Bridgewater. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Bridgewater to Fant, first down Broncos.
And if Noah Fant keeps making catches like that, it might not be too long till we say he's one of the top 5 tight ends in football. When he was drafted, that was the expectation.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Got a man open, it's Sutton.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now as he's on to punt for Denver. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So this Be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now a 1st down throw complete downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 28 yards. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Here's Wilson. He'll dump this off to Carter, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos going to get one more possession in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And that's checked down to Gordon. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Cortland Sutton is the man he was looking for. And now it's third down.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
In on the stop there, Alexander Johnson, the Broncos' leading tackler last year. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Wilson. His throw incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's third down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time, because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie.
Touchdown, Broncos! His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and that will tie our game here in the third. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
44 yards on the ground for him so far. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the option, here's Wilson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon, running right through him. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Bridgewater now from the 50. This is Gordon on the dump off.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
On second down, a run with Carter. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. We get another look now at this Broncos offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he was able to get it by... Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.